Hopefully everyone can hear me and we can quiet down a bit. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you to the Flat Rock team for the excellent work over the Christmas break. Now, it was 1986 when this factory floor first opened. Today, 30 years later, we have 3,500 men and women that build two iconic vehicles for our company. The Ford Mustang, which is now exported to over 100 global markets, as well as the Lincoln Continental, our luxury product for customers in the US, China, and Korea. We're extremely excited about what awaits us in 2017 and some news that we have for Ford's future today. Who better to tell us the news than our CEO, our president and CEO of Ford Motor Company, Mr. Mark Fields.
Okay, good morning, everybody. How you doing? All right, Happy New Year to all of you obviously here today, but we have a lot of our employees watching online globally, so I want to wish a Happy New Year to each and every one of you and your families. And you know, as exciting as a year as it was last year, it really is great to be able to kick off 2017 with even more exciting news. And of course, we all know that building the best vehicles is job number one for each and every one of us. And that, of course, means building cars, utilities, and trucks that meet the needs of our customers both today, tomorrow, and also beyond. And one need that is very clear is that the era of the electric vehicle is dawning, and we at Ford plan to be a leader in this exciting future. Now, leading in electrification, in autonomy, and also connectivity are critical as we expand to be both an auto and a mobility company. And they're part of the remarkable opportunity that we have for Ford to extend our legacy of both innovation and progress. Now, I think we're all seeing the trends that are changing the face of transportation, including urbanization, the growing global middle class, and of course, just changing consumer behaviors. And on top of this, we expect a big change during the next decade on the growing affordability, but also the consumer acceptance of electrified vehicles. And this will be driven by a combination of improved technology, but also higher scale of electrified vehicles, as well as higher costs for internal combustion engines to meet regulatory requirements, but also the rising cost of fuel. And in fact, because of this, we see global electrified industry offerings exceeding gasoline-powered offerings within the next 15 years. And Ford intends to lead the way. Now, this isn't a new revelation for us at Ford. As you know, we've come a long way since we introduced the Escape Hybrid all the way back in 2004. And some Escape Hybrids are still being used in taxis on the road today, moving passengers for more than 350,000 miles with their original batteries. And last year, our C-Max and our Fusion Energy hybrids made Ford the best-selling brand of plug-in hybrids in America. Plus, we've sold more than 560,000 electrified vehicles worldwide since 2005. And the reality is that electric cars are no longer an untested concept. They've driven millions of miles, and they've saved consumers millions of dollars in costs on fuel. And in fact, we believe consumers are becoming more interested in electrified vehicles because the technology has advanced to the point where electrification makes cars and trucks better in many different ways. But it's not just about fuel economy anymore. Now, imagine electrifying a pickup truck for even more capability. Or maybe a sports car or a police cruiser for even more performance and more low-end torque, or even a commercial van for more productivity in delivering packages in crowded cities around the world. Well, that's exactly what we're about to do. We're investing $4.5 billion in new electric vehicles, 13 of them, within the next 5 years. And today, we're sharing details about 7 of these electrified vehicles. And we'll be expanding this plant, driving US investment and job creation to make them a reality. So to start, let's take a trip through them. To start, we're introducing a hybrid version of our iconic Ford Mustang made right here at Flat Rock in 2020. The Mustang Hybrid will deliver V8 power and great low-end torque, make it even more fun to drive for our customers starting here in North America. We're also announcing a hybrid version of our best-selling F-150 pickup, built right up the road at our Dearborn truck plant. Now, of course, we'll have increased capability. But what's really cool is that by electrifying it, it can double as a mobile generator capable enough to power a work site. Next, we're announcing 2 new pursuit-rated hybrid police vehicles. One will be built in Chicago, and both will be upfitted with their police gear at Ford's dedicated police vehicle modification center that's located in Chicago. For our 5th vehicle, we're announcing the Transit Custom plug-in hybrid available in 2019 in Europe. And it's engineered to help reduce overall operating costs, even in the most congested of cities. And this is in addition to a test fleet of 20 Transit Connect hybrid taxis that will be testing here in major cities in the United States. Now, the final 2 vehicles that we're announcing today are even more exciting because they're all new and they're nothing like anything that we have on the road today. And yes, they'll be built right here in Flat Rock. Okay, so let's talk about what those 2 vehicles are. The first one is an all-new, fully electric, small utility vehicle delivering an expected range of at least 300 miles. Now, this is going to be a breakthrough vehicle for Ford, given its extended range and also the versatility that people really love about SUVs. And in addition, you might remember that we announced in August that Ford would produce a high-volume, fully autonomous vehicle for commercial ride-sharing or ride-hailing use in 2021 with no steering wheel, gas, or brake pedal. And today, I'm happy to announce that these first Ford autonomous vehicles will be powered by hybrids, and they'll be built right here in Flat Rock, Michigan. So how do we do this? Well, in addition to the $4.5 billion that we've committed to new electrified vehicles, we today are announcing that we're investing another $700 million to transform and expand this Flat Rock assembly plant, creating a new manufacturing innovation center. And it's right here that we'll build our new autonomous and long-range battery electric vehicles, along with, of course, the iconic Ford Mustang and the Lincoln Continental. And what's even better? Well, this expansion will create 700 direct jobs right here at the plant. I mean, this is great news, and UAW Ford Vice President Jimmy Settles will come up in a minute to tell you a little bit more about that. But I have to tell you, we are so proud to work together with the UAW to support good-paying jobs and a profitable business. We're also at the same time very grateful to our continued partnership with Governor Snyder and the anticipated support from the state of Michigan and our plant communities to help secure this high-tech investment. And of course, working together with our partners, we've created 28,000 jobs and we've invested $12 billion in the U.S. in our plants during the last 5 years. And we appreciate their efforts to drive manufacturing investment because they know for every auto job that we create, 7 jobs are created in the community. We're also encouraged by the pro-growth policies that President-elect Trump and the new Congress have indicated that they will pursue. And we believe that these tax and regulatory reforms are critically important to boost U.S. competitiveness and, of course, drive a resurgence in American manufacturing and high-tech innovation. Now, all of these factors, coupled with segmentation shifts that we're seeing in the marketplace, and our effort, of course, to fully utilize the capacity at existing facilities, have prompted us, obviously, to invest in Flat Rock's expansion and to cancel building a new plant in Mexico. Now, our commitment to electrification doesn't stop with these 7 new electrified vehicles and the expansion right here at Flat Rock, because we feel just as strongly about building the infrastructure and also the services that make owning and using electrified vehicles very easy for our customers. And just recently, we announced a memorandum of understanding with several other automakers to create thousands of ultra-fast electric charging points across Europe. And today, I'm excited to announce that we'll be kicking off a wireless charging pilot in the US and in Europe with vehicles in our Ford fleet. Now, this innovative technology allows you to charge your car simply by driving over a charging pad. So there's no cables, there's no wires, and you never have to forget to charge your vehicle. So there you have it, a new hybrid autonomous vehicle, a long-range battery electric SUV, a Mustang hybrid, an F-150 hybrid, a Transit Custom plug-in hybrid, 2 new hybrid police vehicles, wireless charging, a $700 million investment, and 700 new U.S. jobs, resulting in the transformation of this plant into one of the world's most flexible and high-tech manufacturing centers. And you know, this is all part of what Ford has always done best, where we're bringing ingenuity, a passion for serving people, and a commitment to making people's lives better by changing the way the world moves. And like we like to say at Ford, we go further, so you can. And now it's my pleasure to introduce UAW Ford Vice President Jimmy Settles to tell you a little bit more about what this means to Ford employees around the world.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you. Good morning. Happy New Year. But what a way to start a new year out. And I was just teasing Mark and the team earlier today and said we got to do the same thing in 2018. But as we are here today, I am a very, very happy and proud person. I was just reminiscing as we walked into this plant, we had conversation. I remember back in 2009 when this very location was on the closed list. And I came to be the vice president of Ford in 2010, and we went into 2011 with this plant being closed. And through those negotiations, we were able to secure some product. but nothing like what we hear today. I don't know if you really can understand really the impact of this investment. This is equivalent to a new assembly plant, $700 million. Now, I must admit that we knew a long time ago about the plans for the future with Ford, and we fought very, very hard to make certain that we can get a commitment early on for them to put this autonomous vehicle in the United States. And we were not successful in getting it in writing in 2015, but we continued the negotiations on. And I must say to you, the reason why I think that Ford Motor Company made the proper decision is really because of you guys. Because, as we always believed, give us the right tools, give us a good working condition, and we can produce the best products in the world. And you have proven to do that. Likewise, all over the Ford Nation, it's been the same. Just give us an opportunity. I'm really, really proud today. I remember that when I first come to work at Ford, General Motors employed 2.5 times as many people as Ford, and they did that consistently throughout my career. But as I stand here today, I stand proud to say today that we employ more UAW members in Ford than any other big three or any other company in America. And it became because of cooperation. Too many times in the past, we have produced quality vehicles and we've seen our jobs go overseas. And so here in recent times, and it's evident today, that Ford is rewarding us for our hard work. So to Ford Motor Company, I'd just like to say thank you for putting people ahead of profits. You know, we do a lot in the community together, but there's nothing more important than having a job. And you are providing this to the American people, to the residents of the state of Michigan, and we are very, very thankful for that. And we must say also that we will continue to do that. We understand here at Ford that we are a family. And when you have a family, everybody prospers. So we thank you very, very much for making us prosper. And even to those that are here that are temporary employees, this is how we do it. We all work together. And as you heard, not only the $700 million being invested, it will be 700 new jobs. So that means the temporary employees will be moving up to permanent employees. And I must say that I didn't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you that I knew it was going to happen this quick. But I'm very, very prayerful and thankful that it has happened. And this is what we do when we work as a team, that we make each other stronger. So to that, I'm looking at some of my staff, because when we talked about this earlier, I actually broke down in tears. And I haven't cried since World War II. But seriously, I was crying with joy because I never really thought it'd happen. And if it did happen, I just thought that they would take it to the West Coast and not bring it here. But they did. So to the leadership team, it's about time y'all made a wise decision. Thank you.